Hi students, today we will discuss about 10th class mathematics chapter 1 real numbers. So before going to the chapter, first a small idea about types of numbers. The first one, natural numbers. The counting numbers are called natural numbers. It is represented by capital N. Example, n equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So, those numbers are called natural numbers. The second one, whole numbers. The counting numbers add with 0, those numbers are called whole numbers. It is represented by capital W. So example W equals to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So those are numbers are called whole numbers. So 0 is a whole number, not a natural numbers. The natural numbers start with 0, 1, 2, 3. Next one, integers. The collection of positive and negative numbers are called integers. Or the numbers, the whole numbers anywhere from 0 to positive numbers or negative numbers, infinity to set of numbers. So those numbers are whole number integers. It is represented by z. Example, z equals to -4, -3, -2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. The next one, rational numbers. The rational numbers are written in the form of p by q, where p and q are integers and q not equals to 0. It is represented by q or I. Example, q equals to p by q form means like 2 by 7, 7 by 9, 4 by 8, 10 by 12, or any number we have to p by q form is there. So those numbers are rational numbers. Next one, irrational numbers. The numbers are terminating and non-terminating decimals. Those numbers are known as irrational numbers. It is represented by s. S means surds. S equals to root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, etc. So those numbers are integers or irrational numbers. Next one. So this slide is given the real numbers mind mapping. First one, natural numbers belongs to whole numbers and integers and rational numbers. So these are all one set is given. So irrational numbers is another set is given. So the definition of real numbers, the set of rational numbers and set of irrational numbers, those numbers are called real numbers. So here the five numbers are belongs to rational numbers and only sets or irrational numbers are different integers. So these two collection of numbers belongs to real numbers. Some important points on the rational numbers and irrational numbers. So basic concept means the real numbers we derived from, and the real numbers represented from rational numbers and irrational numbers. So the two I have given some important points in this slide. So we use contradiction method to prove a number has irrational. The contradiction method means the two numbers are even. So we'll prove even. So the two numbers are irrational. So root 2 is a irrational number if n is not perfect square. For example, I take root 9. So this is perfect square like root 3 value. Root 9 equals to 3. Root 4 equals to 2. So root 2 equals to we will get 1.141. So that number is belongs to rational numbers. And all perfect squares unte. So all perfect squares are given, so that number is not belongs to irrational numbers. So if x be is irrational number, then minus x and 1 by x also irrational numbers. The next point, the sum of two rational and irrational numbers is irrational numbers. So I will tell these points after the next session. We will discuss about what is a sum of irrational numbers and irrational numbers are irrational numbers. The next one, the difference between the two rational numbers is not always an irrational number. means the difference between two irrational numbers not always irrational numbers. Next one, the product of two irrational numbers is not always an irrational number. If q equals to 2 to the power of n, 5 to the power of m, then p by q is a terminating decimal. And if q not equals to the power of n, 5 to the power of m, then p by q is non-terminating decimal. If n is a prime number, then root n is a rational number. If HCF of AB is 1, A comma B is 1, then A and B are said to be relative prime or co-prime numbers. The first one, theorem 1.1, division algorithm or Euclidean division lemma. Statement: give a positive integer a and b, there exist unq integers q and r, satisfy a equals to bq plus r. So before going to the proof, so how to get a equals to bq plus r? For example, I have 7 chocolates. I equally distribute 3 children, so each person get 2 chocolates. 2 plus 2 plus 2 will get 6. So remaining 1 chocolate is there. So that we have to keep. So what is given here? The 7 chocolates divided into 3 members means we have to divide. 7 is a dividend, 3 is a divisor, 3 2 is a 6. We will get -1 here. So the basic method is there. The dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Means here we have to take a is a dividend, b equals to divisor, q equals to quotient, r equals to remainder. So this representation alphabets we have to get, we have to substitute of the dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder will get. So before going to, we will get the equation. So I have another example is there, look at here. Example, 8 divided by 3 equals to how much? So 8 is a dividend, 3 is a divisor, 3 2 is a 6, we'll get 2. So 8 equals to 3 into 2 plus 2 means the dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So I have given this slide, a equals to dividend, b equals to divisor, q equals to quotient, r equals to remainder. So 8 will get a, b into q plus r, will get a equals to bq plus r. So this is a Euclid division algorithm. So Euclid division algorithm or the lemma means it is a proof of the proof. Find the HCF of two numbers. Example, find the HCF of 24 and 15 use division algorithm. The first method have given the two methods, but the first method have given the brief explanation about solution, and second method I have given only steps. The first method. So first I have given to find HCF of 24 and 15. The two we have to write the bigger number you have take dividend, the smaller number will take divisor. Means a equals to will take 24, b equals to 15. So let's discuss about, let's solve first method. Solution. Step 1, applied Euclid division 2 lemma, 24 and 15. So 24 equals to 15 ones are 15. Remaining how much is there? 9. So we have to write 24 equals to 15 into 1 plus 9. Since here the remainder is not equals to 0, r equals to 0. That's why we will take second step. Since the remainder is a equals to not equals to 0, applied Euclid division lemma to 15 and 9. 15 into 9 means the 15 is a dividend, 9 is divisor. 9 ones are 9. Remaining how much remainder is there? 6. So we have to write 15 and 9. 15 equals to 9 into plus 6. So here the 6 is not equals to 0. Means the remainder is not equals to 0. So step 3. You will continue step 3. Since the remainder 6 not equals to continuing the process till the remainder becomes 0. So remainder 0 వచ్చేంత వరకు మనం సాల్వ్ చేస్తూ ఉండాలి. సో 9 ఈక్వల్స్ టు 6 1s are 6 plus 3 is here. So 3 is not equals to 0. So again we will continue. 6 equals to 3 into 2 plus 0. So 3 2s are 6. The remainder is 0. Since the remainder is 0, 3 is HCF of 24 and 15. So how to identify the HCF means, for example, I have take here 6 equals to 3 into 2 plus 0 is 6 2s are 2. So when you get the remainder is 0, the divisor is HCF of two numbers. So second method, so shall I substitute of 24 and 15 this above equation, a equals to bq plus r, the 24 equals to 15 into 1 plus 9, 9 is not equals to 0. So again take the divisor comes to dividend, the quotient comes to divisor. The 15 equals to 9 into 1 plus 6. So 6 is not equals to 0. So again the divisor comes to dividend, the remainder comes to divisor. So 9 equals to 6 into 1 plus 3. So 3 is not equals to 0. So again the divisor comes to dividend, the remainder comes to divisor. 6 equals to 3 2s are 6 plus 0. So here the remainder is 0. So since 24 and 15 HCF is 3. So note is given. When you get the remainder is 0, the divisor is HCF. Are you clear? Right. Next, go to next slide. Theorem 1.2. Fundamental theorem of arithmetic. Statement: the every composite number can be expressed factorized as a product of primes, and this factorization is unq is a part of from the order in which prime factors occurs. Proof. What is given in the statement? The every composite number can be expressed factorized as a product of primes, and this factorization is unq is a part of order of which prime factors. So first, what is the meaning of composite number? The composite number, a number more than two factors is there, so those numbers are called composite number. For example, 2 1 2, so it is a not composite number. 3 1 3, it is not composite number. 4, you will get factors 1 2 4, so more than two factors is there, so that's why the 4 is composite number. So clear about the composite numbers? Yes. Let's go to the proof. If x is a composite number, then x equals to p1 whole to the power of l, p2 whole to the power of m, pn up to pn. So where p1 p2 p3 up to pn are prime numbers and l m n are natural numbers. If you combine the equal primes, we will get power of primes. For example, factorize 420. So before going to the factorization of 420, I have given the rough work. So all of you observe here this rough work. The 420 we have to factorize, we have to use this method, or we have to use division method also. So 420 equals to 2 into 220. So again 2 into 115, 3 into 35, 5 into 7. So here 420 will get 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 12, 12 5s are 60, 67s are 420. So 420 equals to 2 into 2 into 3 into 5 into 7. Here how many 2s are there? Yes, 2 2s. So we have to write 2 square. So how many 3s are there? 1. So how many 5s are there? 1. How many 7s are there? 1. So that factors we have to write as a product of primes. Are you clear? Go to the next slide. Prime factorization method. Statement: to find HCF, highest common factor, and LCM, the lowest common multiples of two positive integers using the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. This method is called the prime factorization method. Let's solve prime factorization method. Example: find HCF and LCM of 12 and 18 by the prime factorization method. Solution: here find the factors of 12, find the factors of 18. So 12 equals to 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 4 3s are 12. So here how many 2s are there? 2 square into 3 to the power of 1. 18 factors, 2 into 3 into 3. So equals to 2 to the power of 1, 3 square. So next one, HCF of 12 and 18 equals to, how to find HCF of 12 and 18? The product of smallest powers of each prime factorization numbers. So smallest powers is there 3 to the power of 1, 2 to the power of 1. So the HCF of 12 and 18 equals to 2 to the power of 1 into 3 to the power of 1. So we will get HCF of 12 and 18 is 6. The next one, to find LCM of 12 and 18, the product of greatest powers of each prime numbers. Greatest factor each prime number. So here the greatest factors 2 square and 3 square. So 2 square 3 square will get 2 square means 4 into 3 square means 9. 4 9s are 36. The relation between LCM and HCF, the LCM into HCF equals to product of two numbers. For example, the previous problem 18 and 12 is given. So we will get here LCM of 18 and 12 36, HCF will get 6. So 36 6 will get 4, how much? 6 6 36, 18 plus 240. So product of two numbers 18 into 20 will get same as it is that number. The next one, note, in case of three numbers, HCF into LCM product of not equals to product of three numbers. We have to only given two numbers. The two numbers to find HCF and LCM, the two we have to multiply, we will get LCM and HCF. The equals to product of two numbers. And in case three numbers is given, so not equals to product of two numbers. In the condition of for a number to end with digit 0, the number must be divisible by 2 and 5. Next one, 1.2.1. The rational numbers and their decimal expansion. Steps. First one, the terminating decimal I have taken by P by Q. So we will take a fraction or a rational number. The second one, the denominator right squares are Q. So denominator means the P is a numerator, Q is a denominator. And step 3, the numerator right factorize. The next one, step 4, denominator right factorize the simplest form P by Q. For example, here, example 0.375. To find rational number, their decimal expansion. Mean the first step what is given? The decimal form we have to write P by Q form means 375 by 1000. Step 2, 375 by 1000 we can write in 10 cube. Step 3, 375 factorize 3 into 5 cube by 10 cube. The step 4, 3 into 5 cube by 10 cube written has 3 cube, 2 cube plus 5 cube. So 5 cube will get cancelled. 3 by 2 cube. So 2 cube value equals to 8. You will get 3 by 8. So your answer is 0.37 3 by 8. A rational number in P by Q form, the prime factorization of Q will be in 2 to the power of n, 5 to the power of m, where n, m are some negative integers. Theorem 1.2. Fundamental arithmetic. Theorem of arithmetic. The every composite number can be expressed factorized as a product of primes. Factorize is unequal. The part from the order of its prime factors occurs. Example 4 equals to 2. This is a composite number. Yes. Next one. Theorem 1.3. Let x be is a rational number whose decimal terminates, then x can be expressed in the form of P by Q, where P and Q are co-primes. The prime factorization of Q is form of 2 to the power of n, 5 to the power of m, where m, n are non-negative integers. So that is the statement of 1.3 theorem. So let's do proof of 1.3. Let x be is a p by q rational number such that the prime factorization of 2 to the power of m 5 to the power of n where m in non-negative integers, then x has a decimal expansion which terminate hint the q is written as 5 to the power of m 2 to the power of, so 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of m. Example is given here 15.265. So the decimal expansion we have to write p by q form 15 to 65 by 1000. So the 15 to 65 by the 1000 we can written as 10 cube. The 10 cube we can written as 2 into 5 whole to the power of 3. So 15 to 65 2 cube plus 5 cube. So what is given here? The q is written as 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of m. So q in the form of 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of, since the q equals to 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of m equals to 5 cube into 2 cube into 5 cube. Theorem 1.4. Let x is a p by q rational number such that the prime factorization of q is a form of 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of m where n and m are non-negative integers, then has the decimal expansion of which terminates. Example 7 by 10. So the 7 by 10 in the form of p by q is there. So the q we can written as 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of m. So 7 by 10 equals to 7 by the 10 we can written as 2 5s are 10. So 2 to the power of 1 5 to the power of 1. Since the q is 2 to the power of 1 5 to the power of 1. So example 2 is given. In the rational number 3 by 20. The solution p by q is given 3 by 20. The q can be written as 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of m. So p is given, q is given. So q equals to, we have to factorize 20. 2 into 2 into 5. 2 2 is 4, 4 5 is 20. So you will get 2 square 5 to the power of m in the form of 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of m. Since 3 by 20 in the form of terminating decimal, 3 by 20 is terminating decimals. Next one. Theorem 1.5. Let x equals to p by q be a rational number such that the prime factorization of g is not form of, and it means g means p is not form of 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of m where n m are non-negative integers, then x has a decimal expansion which terminating decimal or repeating or recurring decimals. So here that is a statement of 1.5 theorem. So example 11 by 30. The 11 is the 11 p equals to 11 q equals to 30. Now prime factorization of q equals to 30, 2 into 3 into 5. So here q is not in the form of 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of m, since the 11 by 30 has non-terminating repeating decimals. So note here what we have observed here 1.4 and 1.5. The q in the form of 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of m is there, so that is the terminating decimals. And q is not in the form of 2 to the power of n 5 to the power of is non-terminating decimals or repeating decimals. So the numbers cannot be written in the form of p by q is irrational numbers. Root 2, root 3, like those numbers are irrational numbers. Next one, theorem 1.6. Let p be a prime number. P is divides a square where a is positive inside, then p is divides a. So the first slide is given contradiction method. So that contradiction method to prove this theorem. Prove. Let the prime factorization of a equals to p1 p2 p3 up to pn where p1 p2 p3 are prime numbers. If p is divide a square, a equals to p1 p2 p3 pn into p1 p2 p3 pn. So the a square equals to p1 square p2 square p3 square up to pn square. The p divides a square. So fundamental theorem of arithmetic, p is 1 prime factor of a square. Yes, the a square is only 5 factors. P1, P2, P3, Pn. So P one of the P1, P2, Pn. So A equals to P1, P2, P3 up to Pn. The P is divides A. Next one, exponential. The exponential based on logarithms. The logarithms are used in all the shortcut calculations, mathematics laws of exponents. If a comma b are real numbers where a not equals to 0, b not equals to 0 and m n are integers, then so let's we have given some this slide we have given some formulas. So observe carefully. A to the power of m, a to the power of n. So here the two bases are equal. So the power should be added. A to the power of m plus n. Next one, ab whole to the power of m means the power multiplied by a and b. So a to the power of m into b to the power of m. Next, a by b, the fraction multiplied by power by a to the power of m, b to the power of m. A to the power of m n means here the two powers will be multiplied. A to the power of m n. So a to the power of 0 is 1. A to the power of minus m means here the exponent is a negative number is there. So we have to write fraction. Means a to the power of m we can written as 1 by a to the power of m. The exponential of logarithm forms a to the power of n x log ax equals to n, x to the power of 0 equals to 1, log log base a equals to 1. The laws of logarithms. The product law. Log a x y equals to log a y log a x plus log a y. The quotient law. Log a x by y equals to log a x minus log a y. Power law. Log a x to the power of m means the power comes to before the log m log a x. So a log a plus a log base a plus a equals to 1. Log a 1 equals to 0. A log a n equals to n. The logarithm of numbers consists of two parts. The integral part of logarithm is characterized. The function of or decimal part of the logarithm is mantissa. Some important formulas. A plus b whole square a square plus 2ab plus b square. So this formula used to exercise 1.1 problem 3. A plus b whole cube, a cube plus 3a square b plus 3b square a plus b cube. So this formula use 1.1 problem 4. Thank you.